What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys. It's early for me, but I wanted to get this video in before I got to work. It'll probably go live sometime in the early afternoon. So just be mindful of that. This video was recorded before. But guys, I want to talk about one of the most requested features for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot that I have seen in my comment section, on Instagram, on Twitter. Y'all have been showing love, even on Facebook. A lot of people have been hitting me up, asking me about this feature, and I am going to discuss it today. But before we get into the video, guys, please share this video with as many people as possible. Don't forget to follow me on these social media platforms. And guys, we're less than 100 subscribers away from 4,000, which puts us at what, 5,000 more subscribers till we hit 9K. But we're growing more and more every day, and I'm very grateful for it. So please hit the subscribe button if you haven't. It doesn't cost you anything. So don't be one of those people that just watch all the videos and don't subscribe. Subscribe. So anyway, guys, today I want to discuss the #1 feature that's most requested for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and that is Super Saiyan transformation for free roam. So many people have been asking me about this, and this all sparked because of the screenshot where Goku and Gohan are in the car driving as Super Saiyans. Now, to explain that screenshot, that is during the time when Goku and Gohan came out of the hyperbolic time chamber during the Cell Saga, and they stayed Super Saiyan the entire time. Guys, this game, I'm keep trying to tell you, this game is going to mirror the anime for the most part. I mean, it's going to be basically literally like us living and playing the anime. So be mindful of that, all right? So, you know, the first time I saw it, I thought as well, I was like, wow, what if we are able to go Super Saiyan in free roam? But from my understanding, we won't be able to. Now, there was an interview done not at the Tokyo Game Show. Which one was before that? It was I can't think of the name of it. It may have been Gamescom, where they actually did ask the question, would we be able to go Super Saiyan in free roam? And the developer's answer to that question was no. He said that there are different controls for free roam than there are for the fights. But essentially the way that it works is you can get into fights in the free roam. And what it does, if you've seen Goku and Vegeta in the gameplay, they fight these red ribbon drones or whatever in a sense, and it jumps straight into a fight scene and everything around it kind of disappears, and now you're open with the free world to fight. So in a sense, you can go Super Saiyan to free roam, but like just flying around normal like Goku, at that point in time, they said no, that you couldn't go Super Saiyan during free roam because, like they said, the controls are different. And honestly, there's not really a point in doing it, aside from just fan service. I mean, at that point, it would just be clearly fan service. There's no purpose to go Super Saiyan in free roam. I don't, unless they did something like it made you fly faster, but that would be the only benefit, you know, aside from just fan service. It looks cool. Now, with it being a very highly requested feature, is it possible that they could add it? I mean, yeah, it is possible. Anything is possible at this point. Now, I don't know, you know, it sounds easy on the surface to just, oh, we'll just add it where you can go Super Saiyan free roam. But anything that you add to a game, it's not as simple as just flipping a switch and adding it. In game development, there are things that go into the game, like any little thing that you change can and possibly will affect something else in the game. It opens it up for bugs and things like that. So you have to stay mindful about that whenever you're thinking about stuff like that, saying, well, why can't they just add it? How simple is that? It's not that simple. And like I said, it doesn't, let's be honest with ourselves. Aside from us just having fun going Super Saiyan for no reason whatsoever, there is really no reason for us to be able to go Super Saiyan in free roam. That's why it's not a high priority to add. Not to mention in the anime, I mean, from what we've seen, they didn't just go Super Saiyan all willy-nilly. You see what I'm saying? If they were going Super Saiyan, it was for a reason. And another part of that is they sense each other's ki. So if somebody went Super Saiyan just out of the blue, it would basically, everybody would sense that, and it would trigger an alarm for them to say something is wrong. and they would probably fly to you to find out. See what I'm saying? So you didn't have people just going Super Saiyan for no reason unless they knew they were training or something to that effect, you know. And I don't know. Would I like it? Yeah, I think it would be cool to go Super Saiyan in free roam, but eventually, let's be honest, it would probably get old and we probably would stop doing it, you know, after a while. So why spend all of that development time making it possible to go Super Saiyan in free roam when people aren't, you know, they're only going to use it for a little bit and then it gets redundant and boring and you probably don't use it. Now, the Super Saiyan transformation hopefully is a powerful one. I'm really hoping that we get a lot from it. In the previous games, I don't know if you were able to go Super Saiyan in free roam in Legacy of Goku series. If y'all were able to do that, let me know down in the comment section down below. But from the game that I always refer to that I played in Legend of the Super Saiyan, you weren't able to go Super Saiyan in free roam. So that's that. I don't see it happening is really what I'm saying. And also what I wanted to talk about in today, I guess since I'm talking about the #1 most requested feature in the game, I also need to discuss the #1 concern for the game. And this is scouring over all the videos that we've done, all the comments, you know, the messages and all that. And the one thing that people are most concerned with is the combat. And I've stressed this so many times, because the combat, guys, is what it is. You have to look at the game for what it is. It's an action RPG. RPGs are not known for combats. And Xenoverse is not an RPG. I'm sorry. It is a fighting game with RPG elements, you see, and a story. It is not a true RPG. I mean, you even look at, what was it? The last Final Fantasy that came out for PlayStation, the big one. I mean, that's an RPG. Didn't have ultra deep fighting mechanics. If anything's RPGs have as far as combat system is there's a lot of skill and strategy involved. Go into the game expecting that, because even now I'm still seeing people commenting, and that's not on my channel. I don't hear people really talking about the combat system on my channel, but when I watch other YouTubers who talk about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I see people in the comment section talking about combat system and things like that. Basically, you're talking about things that, I mean, honestly, just saying, if they watched our channel, they would already have the answers to. And that's why I say I have a problem, not with the people, but the fact that people aren't covering this game who normally would be. That there's a lot of unanswered questions out there. And that's why, guys, I try to tell y'all to help promote the channel. Not so much that we can grow, because of course I want to grow, but also to get that information out there, because I want this game to succeed. And if people have the wrong expectations going into this game, such as like the combat system, we already know how the combat system is. But if somebody don't know and they buy the game and they don't like the combat system, then they give the game a bad rating, because the combat system, when that expectation could have been set months ago, had they, you know, watched one of our couple of our videos that talks about the combat system. It's an RPG. The combat system is not like Xenoverse. However, the combat system does get more complex as the game advances. The reason why the combat system gets more complex as the game advances is because, #1, you're able to actually level up your super attacks. Your super attacks can be leveled up. So you can have a Kamehameha, but you can level it up, I want to say, to 3. Level 3, I think, is the highest for the super attacks. And I don't know what it does increase the damage and stuff like that. It probably also decreases the use of stamina involved in the attack. But I'm pretty sure it also does something like at level 3, maybe add a cinematic for any time you use it, or something to that effect. And I'm sure there's some other things involved. But also, there is only one button for the combos, but you have to tap that button. Now, once you're in a combo, then you can use the other face buttons, if on PlayStation, the square, the X, the circle button, and triangle, to perform different combo finishers. You see what I'm saying? And then aside from that, you can either do that, or, you can use the special attacks as combo finishers, combat finishers. So yeah, the combat is simplistic, but it also has its level of difficulty to it, or level of depth to it. Now, the way that it gets more complex as the game progresses, and this is coming from a developer, he said that as the game, it starts out simple, but as the game progresses, it gets more complex. So people ask, how does it get more complex? They haven't just come out and said how it gets more complex. This is me speculating. And that's why I said the skill tree, leveling up those skills, it's not so much that they add to the combat system. It's more, it gets more complex because you're fighting more enemies that come with different skills and mechanics that require you to use your combo in your combats, your combos in different ways to be more effective. So for example, people are always talking about the boss fight against Raditz. It seems so easy. It wasn't like that in the anime. In Legend of the Super Saiyan, when they fought Raditz, you were barely able to even damage Raditz. So basically the first phase of the Raditz fight, you had to literally survive until Gohan got mad, broke out of the capsule, and damaged Raditz. At that point, you could deal damage to Raditz. I don't think they're going to do that in this game. It would be really cool if they did, but like I said, I just don't think that they will. Now, Raditz seems like an easy fight. You look at Raditz's fight, he doesn't have a lot of tricks up his sleeve, aside from his double Sunday, where he's just spinning around, firing the blast. Now, when you get on to the other enemies, you start to see more and more in-depth things. Also, the introduction of the drones, that one of them can heal the allies. One of them can shoot you while you're trying to attack one of the allies. All of these things combined, you look at Cell's attacks, and I know Boo's going to have a plethora of mechanics up his sleeve. Those things require you, as you level up in the game and fight more difficult opponents, to look at your combats in a different way. When you're fighting the little red ribbon guy, it's just a straightforward attack. You don't have to do anything in depth as far as dodging and then going into a combo using specific super attacks to gain the advantage. But when you level up and you face tougher enemies, those things are going to be required. And like in yesterday's video where we talked about what if they add the actual Yakon elements to the game where he absorbs your ki, then strategy becomes even more important because there's certain attacks you can't use. Same thing for the androids, how they're able to absorb your ki attacks. So, okay, now the combat system becomes more complex almost instantly because you can't use beam attacks against them unless they're knocked down on the ground or something to that effect. So this is how combat, in my opinion, becomes more complex as the game progresses. Not so much that they add more combos to the game, no, but more because you have to actually use strategy in knowing your combos and what type of combos to use to get the upper hand on your opponents. That's why they said that if you are skilled enough at this game, you don't necessarily have to level up to beat the enemies. Will it make it more difficult? Definitely yes, but they said it themselves. If you're skilled enough at the game, then you don't have to necessarily level up to beat the enemies. You'll be skilled enough to do that as well. And I think that's beautiful because in Dragon Ball, yeah, it's about power, but the longer that the series carried on, we began to find out that it's more about skill and technique rather than just pure fighting prowess and overpowering enemies. But guys, let me know what you think about all that down in the comment section down below. It's a very interesting topic that I think we'll end up revisiting again. That's all I have for right now, y'all. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.